Hi, I'm Carolyn and I love to be outside. I'm from Northeastern Pennsylvania and I pretty much know a lot of hiking in this area. I spend a lot of my time outdoors and I'm always looking for new places to explore. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to start sharing my hikes with you. I've noticed during this time of COVID-19, there's more and more people in the state parks, out on the trails, on the state game lands and things like that. And I wanted to be able to share what I have experienced out here by showing you trails. I thought I'd start close to home. So I'm at Frances Slocum State Park, and this is only about 10 minutes from my house. So this is this is a park that I come to often. Whenever I have a couple of hours, instead of taking a walk around my house, I will come here and I will do a hike, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as well too. So today I'm on the east side of the park and I'm actually going to be hitting 3 different trails. I'm parked right here in parking lot number 3, which is right next to the lake. I'm going to be taking the Lakeshore Trail out to a paved road. I'm going to cross over this area where there is an outlet right here that has so many cool wildlife. And then I'm going to continue on the paved road until I hit the campground area. I'm going to go up into the campground and hit the Campground Trail. That trail is going to lead me out to kind of like the edge of the park. And eventually I'm going to meet up with the Larch Tree Trail. We're going to continue on the Larch Tree Trail at the periphery of the park. And wait till you see in this area, we're actually going to hit this beautiful pine grove. We're going to continue down, and then you're going to see why it's called the Larch Tree Trail, because there's a larch grove in this area, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if that will be leafed out yet, because it is still kind of like early to mid-May, but we'll take a look and we'll see if that's going to happen. I'm going to come back down here to the road, and then we're just going to retrace our steps back down to the parking lot and back to the car. So things are starting to leaf out here at the park. It is May 13, 2020, and you can see the tinges of yellow, the tinges of green. A lot of the deciduous trees are still, leafing out, still getting there, but you can see in the distance that the larch grove has needled out. So it's nice and green out there, and that's where we're headed. So here we are at the Lakeshore Trail, and one of my favorite parts of this trail are the cattails, which are really standing out today with the gorgeous blue sky. So it's really muddy areas on this trail, and I do find that in northeastern Pennsylvania, because we do tend to have a wet climate, you do find a lot of mud. You could see I'm wearing boots today, and I typically do wear boots. These are waterproof as well. I typically do wear boots on all of my hikes because of the mud and because of the rocks as well. I tend to hit my toes a lot. Typically, as I'm hiking along here, I'll see lots of people fishing and there's boats out. Just a really gorgeous day. And look, we're getting a view of the gorgeous larch grove in the distance. Hopefully you could see the green right in that area. Listen to those birds. I actually just saw a goldfinch. I've been seeing some indigo buntings, and of course your typical birds in this area, robins, little nuthatches and things like that. But listen to that bird song. So all the trails in the park are marked with yellow blazes. So if you do get lost, you can always just catch a yellow blaze, keep your eyes open for those. Or you could use the All Trails app. I absolutely love it, and it's how I gauge my mileage, and it provides a really great map of the park. So we're coming to the end of the Lakeshore Trail, and we're about to go onto the road that you can see up in the distance, and it looks like the forsythia are a little bit past their prime right now. So I'm on the road, and we're actually going to be heading in that direction. But as you can see, there is our larch grove right there. So while you're doing this hike, you have to stop at this outlet area. It is so gorgeous, and there's always wildlife here. I'm not sure if you can see that there are turtles on these little turtle benches out in the water. There's 3 little turtle stands, and there are several turtles on there, including some baby turtles, which is very cute. We've got some duck. So if you ever get the chance, or if you're in this area, make sure you check out back there to see if the blue heron is here. The blue heron frequents this area, so I would say 8 times out of 10 I do see it when I pass by, although the last couple of times I have not. But keep your eyes open for that, because it really is a beautiful, beautiful bird. So we're curving around the road right now, and you could actually, if you just wanted to have a shorter hike, you could start out here and go onto the Larch Tree Trail, or you could do it backwards. Well, I call it backwards, and start here and just do the Larch Tree Trail. It would be shorter than what I'm going to show you today. But actually what we're going to do is we are going to continue down this road. And the reason why I like to do that is not only do I like to make my hikes a little bit longer, but I just enjoy the sunshine in my face, especially on days like today where it's been cloudy and it's been rainy and there's just a lot of sunshine. It just feels so good. So we're approaching the camp store, which is now permanently closed, but as you reach the signage that you could see on the right hand side, stop and take a look up in the pine trees. You're not going to be able to see it on this video, but there is a large nest up there, which is pretty cool. It's a large bird that lives up there. I don't think it's an eagle, although there is an eagle that is out here that I've been seeing a lot this past year. But it is something large, so I always take a look up to see if I could figure out what bird lives there. So also in this area there are wild raspberries and wild blackberries. So during berry season, keep your eyes open. You could just pick the berries right off the bushes and eat them. They're super delicious. So we are approaching the campground, and we're going to turn left. So we're approaching the campsites, and you could actually go left for campsites 55 to 100, or you can go right for the amphitheater and for campsites 1 through 54. So we are going to head right. So we're approaching the camping area, and you can see to the right, that is where the campground host stays, and this campground kind of circles up and around. We are going left, and there are several campsites on the left here all over the place. You could see there are picnic tables and fire pits. There's hookups. There also is water and showers and bathrooms in this campground as well too. So we've approached campsite 45E, and if nobody's here, you can just kind of like trudge on through and start the Campground Trail, which starts right back there. If somebody is here, you could just kind of continue on the road, make a left, and go behind these bushes over there to get to the Campground Trail. So here we are on the Campground Trail, and it's actually pretty mushy. although it's a lot drier than when I was here a couple of days ago. So here we are, we're actually approaching the border of the park. You can see out there that there is a clearing, and we're going to stay along pretty much that clearing for the next mile or so. I have seen wild turkeys in this area before, which is kind of fun. In Pennsylvania, you do tend to see a lot of wildlife when you're out. But right now, I'm going to be making a left to continue on the Campground Trail. So I'm going up, 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 and as you can hear, I'm out of breath. Last year I went hiking, did like 2 weeks of hiking in New Hampshire and Maine. I hiked Mount Washington, and I hiked Mount Katahdin, and I really feel like that helped my fitness level and got me a lot stronger, but I definitely still get out of breath when I'm going up hills. So at the top of the hill, I veered right, and now you can see that the clearing is still with us. If you look left, you can see that there is a road down there. If you look further back, you can't see it, but that's where the group tent camping sites are, and the road kind of continues on up that way, and that's the way that we're headed. So now we are on this kind of gravel road, and we're heading back up to the path. So as we continue on, you could really see how rocky the trail is. I know for Appalachian Trail through hikers, Pennsylvania is known as Rocksylvania. So yeah, there's a lot of rocks on these trails, lots of roots and things like that, which is yet another reason why I wear my boots, because I tend to be clumsy, and I hit my feet all the time, my toes. So my boots have saved me from a lot of injury. So now we're heading down to meet up with the Larch Tree Trail. And as you can see, the blaze is pointing left. So if we were to go left, we would be on the Larch Tree Trail, but it would just take us off the trail in about maybe a quarter of a mile. So we're going to continue, and I believe this officially puts us on the Larch Tree Trail. So we're approaching the edge of the park now, and we are going to be making a left here down into the pine grove. But you can see there's a gorgeous stone wall here. We have the clearing on the other side of this. Whenever I'm hiking in Pennsylvania, I see a lot of stone walls. They were built obviously from the rocks that are in the ground. As some of you know, people refer to Pennsylvania as Rocksylvania, and that's what a lot of people used to do with the rocks. They actually made these beautiful, beautiful stone walls. And so we're continuing down. You could see that the trail is covered with gorgeous pine needles, and we're heading towards the pine grove. Look at all these pines. This is so gorgeous. I love it, and it brings this whole other vibe to this hike. It's so beautiful, and it's so sunny today. It looks so gorgeous with the dappled sunshine. So here we are. We're approaching the Pine Promenade. That's my name for it. I love this area. It is so gorgeous. I have hundreds of photos here from all the times that I've hiked. And every time I come upon this, I feel like I'm seeing it again for the first time. It's been so gorgeous in different seasons. In the winter, seeing it with snow on the ground, and today with all the sunshine dappling through. it's so gorgeous, and it makes me feel just so joyful inside, and it makes me feel special. I feel like a wild queen woman walking through the wilderness, looking over everything. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this gorgeous pine promenade area, and we're going to be veering left, and we will actually be starting into the larch grove soon. So that, my friends, is just as gorgeous. Stay tuned. Continuing on, we're going to go down a little bit, and we're going to veer left. So here we are. This is the larch grove, and hopefully you can see above me the larch trees. They are so gorgeous. They're one of my favorite trees, and to see these, they're so large, they're old, and they're one of the first things to leaf out, or I guess we should say needle out, during the spring here in Pennsylvania. So hopefully up ahead you could see this gorgeous branch with the furry larch needles popping out. They're so beautiful, and they're all above us. Larch trees everywhere. They're so gorgeous. I absolutely love this part of the hike as much as I love the pine grove. I truly appreciate the fact that we are so lucky, I'm so lucky, to have this gorgeous larch grove here, and I could pretty much enjoy it anytime I want, which I do because I've been hiking a lot. And this is one of those places where I come where, you know, if I'm just looking to go for a walk and to get out of my neighborhood, I always come to Frances Slocum, and I get to enjoy this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous beauty. So you can actually see the outlet here, and as I mentioned, if that blue heron is around, sometimes it will be back in this kind of like back area right here. So keep your eyes open. This also gives you another vantage point of the outlet, again, which has so much gorgeous wildlife in it. Depending on what time you're here, I could see the turtles out there. I see, you know, there's 2 ducks that are still out there, geese, things like that. So we're coming to the end of the Larch Tree Trail. And as you can see the road up ahead, hopefully you can see that. So as I come to the exit here, I'm going to make a right onto the road, and then I'm going to make a left back onto the Lakeshore Trail, and then go to my car. So I really hope that you've enjoyed doing this hike with me, and I look forward to making more hiking videos for you at Frances Slocum State Park.